So my name's April. I am currently majoring in health promotion, going through a motivational interview certification program. So I have a lot of knowledge about health behavior change and what it takes to get people to change and all of that good stuff. So I just wanted to share with you that I do have the background, and I want you to feel comfortable expressing any concern, any questions with me throughout our session today. Just wanted to give you that information. So, is there anything in particular that you would like to talk about tonight?
I would like to talk about working out. I definitely need some extra motivation.
Okay, so you're saying that working out is kind of a priority for you right now?
Definitely.
Okay, and you feel that you just need a little push to get going?
Need a big push.
A big push to get going.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's see. How does exercise fit into your current routine right now?
Right now it's non-existent.
Non-existent?
Well, I've been taking my friend's yoga class
Okay.
once, sometimes twice a week.
Okay.
And that's almost the extent. I try and fit in like little crunches if I have time, or some squats while I'm waiting for my dinner. But other than that, I haven't run, and I canceled my gym membership.
Okay.
So
So in the beginning you said it was non-existent, but you just listed all of these things that you are doing. So it sounds to me like it is existent. So let me see if I got this right. You go to yoga when you can. You do squats when you can. What else did you say? You said you do crunches. Yeah, so those are all great things. What would you say that you would rate if you had to give me a number of your exercise habits now, about how strong you felt about them on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being that you were exercising as much as you could, or 1 being that you were not exercising at all?
a 3.
A 3. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And why didn't you choose a 1 or 2?
Because I have been going to yoga.
Okay.
So I try and keep a little bit of weekly exercise. So I know and I walk to class.
Okay.
So I know I am exercising, but I used to exercise so much more.
Okay. So you're saying that you get a little bit, you get in some when you can,
Mm-hmm.
but you've done more in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So being that you have done more in the past, you feel that you could do more in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If we had to put another scale question, if we had to put a number on how motivated you were to change, 1 to 10, 10 being that I'm ready to change this second, or 1 being I feel that I'm not ready at all and I'm not able to at all, what number would you give me?
I'd say an 8.
Okay. Wow. And why not any lower than an 8? 8 is good.
Because I know how good it feels to exercise and how proud I feel when I see a change in like anything, my stamina or like my physical appearance, and I miss that pride.
Okay. So you feel that you have a strong emotional connection to
Yes.
the exercising, and it makes you feel good about yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and you miss that feeling and you want to get it back.
Yes.
Okay. Very, very good. So 8's pretty high, but what would it take to get to a 10 for your motivation to change?
My scheduling.
Your scheduling. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you find that you're very busy with college and everything?
Yes. Too
Yeah.
busy.
Right. And then flashing back to the past, was it that it was before college when you felt that it was easier to exercise and
Yeah, in the summer.
Right.
It's so much more time.
Okay, so we're saying that time is almost seen as like a barrier to your exercising and
Mm-hmm.
what's holding you back. Okay, good. You said that you had the emotional feeling that was like a good thing are there any other things about exercising that made you feel good, or?
Yes, it's a stress reliever for
Okay.
me, or an emotional booster.
Okay.
If I'm sad about something, I'd love to exercise. If I'm mad about something, I love to exercise.
Good. Okay. So we already went over it, that it made you feel good about yourself. You loved that emotional pride that it brought you. Good stress reliever.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay, so we have the things that are good about exercising. So let's imagine that you reached your goal you're in the future and you reached your goal of exercising. Would all of these things be coming into play, the nice stress relieving? What would it look like if you reached that goal of exercising in the future?
What would it look like physically?
Like physically, mentally, like what would you imagine yourself feeling like?
Mentally, I think I'd have a really great sense of confidence
Okay.
in my body and my ability to change and improve.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So good. So you just said that just emotionally, mentally, everything would just feel better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So what do we think of all this? Like what do you make of everything that we've discussed so far? Your past, how you were able to exercise before, and how you're very motivated to change. Do you feel good about everything that we're discussing? Or
everything we've discussed makes me realize how much I miss it.
Really?
Yes.
Good. So just talking about it just brings up all those feelings and good. Okay. So is there anything else that you want to talk about before I share things with you? Anything that's you're thinking in your mind, or any questions or anything at all?
How do you stay motivated to exercise?
Okay, so as long as there's nothing else that you want to discuss, if I have your permission to, I can share some things with you.
You have my permission.
I have your permission.
Yes.
Okay, so I think it'll be helpful. You remind me of one other client. She was very motivated, and just being around college people a lot, scheduling and time is a problem. So what she did was she had like a schedule on like a printed out or written out schedule that she would put on her wall with all her classes, and then pick which times that she saw in her breaks that she could go exercise. So I don't know if that sounds like something that you would be interested in doing, like an actual visual written out schedule. If I could, we could sit down together, write out your schedule, and then put in what times would be convenient to you.
I would love that.
Yeah, okay. So, and just that, I know that she would view the exercise as a class, because classes we have to go to. So if you put in your exercise in a little slot as an actual like class, you feel that you have to go to that, and it's almost like you're skipping.
Oh, I like that idea.
Yeah. So does that sound good to you? Sounds like you would be interested in doing that?
Yes.
Okay, good. And then I'm also trying to think if you want me to give you another strategy, or if that strategy feels good to you, or if you...
I like options.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Okay, so another option we could do, what kind of exercise is most beneficial to you? Do you like group exercising, or weight room, or treadmill, or running?
Yeah, I love running. I love cardio.
Okay.
I do love that a lot.
Okay.
But I also love toning.
Okay, so you love cardio and you love toning. Those are your two favorite. I got that right. Okay, so I would say that you could, like toning as in like weights, or just
like free weights.
Using your, free weights.
Or like I use body weights usually, like when I was exercising more.
Okay, so I know that there's classes offered that in the group exercise room that do use free weights in the group exercise classes, or there's personal trainers at the Rowan Gym, and I know they have a student discount. Do any of those options sound appealing to you, or?
I'm not huge on group classes, to be honest.
Okay.
I think a self-confidence issue there.
Okay.
Except for yoga. That never bothers me.
Good. Okay.
There's no talking, probably.
Okay, so we'll stick to the yoga for the group exercise room. Okay. Maybe there's also YouTube videos you could look up and see. Yeah, and just see the different techniques that people use and how you could incorporate that off of the YouTube videos and see, and you can even do it in your room. Does that seem more towards you than the group exercise option?
It does.
Okay. So, looks like we nailed it down to making a schedule, writing out classes, seeing where exercise could fit, and then maybe looking up YouTube videos? Okay. So, which one do you think you would like to work on more out of those two? Which one do you think is more?
Could I combine them?
You could definitely combine them. I feel that the YouTube videos is I mean, it's up to you. If one we could work on together and one you could work on. If there was one that you wanted to work on with me.
Scheduling.
The scheduling. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So just looking at making our goal and making sure that it's a SMART goal. Let me just check to make sure this didn't go off.
I know, that's why I looked at it. I was nervous.
Let's see. Okay, we are good. Sorry about that. Okay, so just checking to make sure our goal is a SMART goal, so it's specific. We have that specific part down where we want to make the scheduling, right? And just to make sure that it's maintainable. So making sure that we write out our class schedule and that we will be able to maintain it as long as it doesn't conflict with our times. And time specific. So if we made a goal to, by next session, say we meet next week, that we could have a written out schedule and a tryability period where you see if it does actually work physically, you going to the group exercise classes and then also fitting it in with your normal classes. Does that seem like
I would love to try that
a good plan? Right, definitely. And it's making sure next week is when we do our little check-in session and see how everything went. And so does that sound like your good, positive, sturdy goal?
Yeah.
To make that little schedule.
It seems attainable.
Definitely attainable. Good. All right, so then I have the commitment for you that we'll work on it together, and then you can check back in with me after you make your schedule, and we'll see how we feel about that.
I love it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is there anything else at all? Anything else that you feel you didn't get to get out of anything?
No, I got a lot out of this conversation.
Okay. So how are you feeling right now? Do you feel
I feel like you made it seem more attainable and more realistic. You gave me some things to think about I hadn't previously thought about.
Good. Good. Well, I appreciate you coming in and sharing your thoughts and concerns, and we will definitely be checking out next week.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for coming.